Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to another music reaction. Today we're going to be checking out a new release from Babymetal. This is called, I believe this is called Metali or Metali. It's metal, the translation seems to be metal with an I at the end and then exclamation points. But yeah, so this is Babymetal and it is featuring Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine fame. So that's pretty exciting. I think that sounds like a really cool collaboration. I've been wanting to check this out for a little while now, and I'm finally getting the opportunity to actually sit down and do it. So also, Binks is here in my lap. He's just a little complete void. It's probably hard to even make him out because he's totally black, but if he looks at the camera, maybe you can see his eyes a little bit. But he's just relaxing here on my lap with me, and we're going to check this out together. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I do apologize, the lighting is not the best. I've talked about this a few times lately, but my twinkle lights died a little while ago, and I haven't gotten anything to replace them yet, unfortunately. So hopefully soon, and we'll get some better lighting back in here. But so we're a little yellow, a little mellowed out, but hopefully that won't be too much of a nuisance. So yeah, I'm excited to check this out, and let's watch it together. Here we go. I was gonna say, I was digging the vibe right from the beginning, and then right into it. Not a surprise. Woo! I already feel like some Rage Against the Machine sort of influence in the background. Woo! I like the color! I really like the camera work that they're doing with this. That's so fun with the characters in the background. Woo! It's like a produced representation of their on-stage, like, kind of dynamic. The sound of this is so very Rage Against the Machine. That's so cool. Are those like, was that Indian? Because those characters in the background of there were not Japanese. I like that. Now it's Japanese. Ooh, the Babymetal fan. Metali! Okay. Oh, there he is. Wow, Woo! There's that Tom Morello signature style solo. Woo! Oh, just kidding. Oh! right. Very well done. Okay. So that was awesome. So, all right. So I'm not sure exactly what I expected going into this because, like I said, obviously I've been reacting to a bunch of different things from Babymetal over the past like year or so, maybe a little longer. I'm not sure exactly how long it's been. So I've seen a variety of stuff of theirs, and I know quite a bit of Rage Against the Machine for many, many years now. Been a big fan. So I was expecting it to be an interesting collaboration between the two, but I feel like this pretty kind of perfectly blended, at least Tom Morello's style, elements from Rage with Babymetal, you know, even beyond like what I was expecting. Looking at like the visuals of a lot of the like scenes of how they started off the video, in the scenes where it's just focusing on, you know, them dancing, and occasionally you'll see a clips of some other people and the lighting and such, but it's not the part where it seems like they're on the stage, you know, if you understand what I'm saying. The early part of the video seems almost like a throwback to some of their earlier stuff, early videos, because I've reacted to some produced videos of theirs, right? But most of what I've reacted to has been actual live stuff. I think that's what people have suggested the most and liked me checking out the most. But like I said, I have seen some of their earlier produced videos, and they have some with like settings like this and very focused on the girls in like a small sort of room environment and lots of like traditional Japanese elements done in a kind of metal style as the visuals in the background. And this seems like a throwback to that, but also in a more updated version, if that makes sense. And much more, you know, very, very colorful, and added in some different elements. Like we see a scimitar, and I swear there were some points in here where there were some visuals that were not just Japanese characters. And the scimitar and like the other characters sounds like they're not just adding in, almost like they're adding in some Indian elements too, which like gave it a really unique flavor. But anyway, so there's that combination of that kind of like homage sort of thing with some like Indian flair, and you see that in their dancing, I think, and also in the music and the scimitar. And then obviously Tom Morello style, but they also then transition to what looks like almost an homage to and a visual representation of their live performances, but done in a music video style way. So it's not like them actually live performing, but it's a music video representation of their live performances with extreme like colors and cinematics to make it like movie-ish, if you know what I mean, to give it, and that almost like how Bollywood is kind of over the top, I don't know. And, you know, again, with that adding in the Indian theme kind of thing. But it's very much a representation of their shows, like the way that they have them centered in what clearly looks like a stage with all the different lights in the background, and people dancing all around them and like going along with their commands, following along, wearing the masks and everything. So it's like an artistic representation of their shows, and almost like an artistic representation of different parts of their career, I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say, but also blended with Tom Morello style and just trying to make a really fun piece. So I don't know if I'm looking in depth, like too much in depth into some of the things, but that just kind of like felt like what I was getting. And there's also a really interesting part. I thought that one of the really interesting parts, there's a spoken word part of this song, and it definitely was very different than what they've done in other pieces. There's a very playful element to this, which there's always playful elements to Babymetal. Of course, that's the kawaii aspect of it in this, but a different kind of playfulness, the kind of playfulness you get from like some Rage Against the Machine type stuff that and like some Californian style, some music that I kind of got impacted in here and like filtered through a Babymetal interpretation of that, if that makes sense at all. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but this is just kind of what I'm picking up on it. But all in all, I thought that it was incredibly fun. It was simultaneously what I would expect of a meshing of these two, and very different than, I guess, what I would have expected. So, but in a good way. Like, I was impressed with it all the way through. It was very well produced. It really highlighted their strengths, the strengths of Babymetal and the strengths of Tom Morello, in a way that I think did a nice tribute or homage to Babymetal's journey over the years, and was just really fun. Like, the song itself is just really fun to listen to. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I feel like I'm rambling, as I always do, so, and like I said, I don't know how much I'm making actual sense. I do think maybe, again, as always, if I had the interpretation of the lyrics in front of me, it could change some things, but this is just from me watching and taking it in without actually understanding all of what they were saying. These are the feelings that I get from it. So again, thank you guys for being here. Thanks to Binks for joining me, and I hope that you enjoyed this. Hope that you've all had a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you next time. Bye.